Everyone, welcome to another episode of Legends of the Natural Ones here, Wayward Gamers at the Emporium for the Wayward Gamers. So welcome. I am Jay, also known as Neopet3 on the socials. I am your GM of fun, of excitement, of I have no other clue to say because, it's just that. So, before we dive into a little bit of a recap, we are going to introduce our wonderful and talented crew of players for this wonderful journey that we are having. So, starting with Jeff up in the top corner. How are you doing, sir, in this fine pre-recorded morning?
I am doing grand. Thanks, Jay. I'm Jeff. I am playing Aviro Starborn. He's our bookworm wizard teenager, smart aleck, and currently not
Drunk.
feeling too
hungover.
Depending on what time we pick this back up.
Oh, we're picking it up pretty much right as he's halfway to 90% drunk.
All right, so he's probably
45% of the way to drunk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanks, math lady.
You're welcome. Why to keep me around?
That's an alcohol by volume / proof joke by Carrie.
Yes,
and that just shows what Jim's into.
We try to educate as we entertain. Well, speaking of that, hello, Carrie. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm Carrie. I'm playing Brynn. I'm a half-elf rogue who's looking slightly older these days, and I am just excited to be at a fun party and wearing a pretty dress. We all have varied interests, and Brynn likes to look pretty from time to time. So I am so excited for today.
But well,
it's gonna be great. Yeah, no, you don't have to.
No.
Yay! Happy to be playing. Happy to see you guys.
Excellent. Happy that you are here. Jim, welcome back. I know we missed you last
Yay.
episode with our special
Yes.
guest Joshua, which is
Yes,
sad, but we
I'm very
understand
sad
traveling and internet
when I
issues.
found out Joshua was here. So yeah,
that was the surprise.
yeah. So yeah, I'm Jim, Hawkmere1 on Twitter, Hawkmere1 everywhere, pretty much now with all the new socials. And I am playing Glastoc Steelcloak, our dwarven sorcerer, who apparently has been spending the last episode avoiding as much as possible as to what's going on in this party, which makes sense for this character. So yeah.
I mean, you ran it. Talico came. You were shocked to see Talico alive. And you were like, how could this be? You're excited to see him. It's been 100 years, but you're like, it's been a little over a month and a half since the incident at the Schmaltmarsh's Standing Rock with the Alchemist, where you thought you saw Talico die because of his jacket. Talico was there. He explained that he had to give his jacket as a momentum to other druids, and the overjoy of seeing Talico alive and sharing that him and Goblin and Air Genasi monk saved Goblin's parents, which may or may not be something else that the GM is cooking up.
Yes. Stay tuned for that episode.
That reunion will be full of laughs.
That might not be something the GM is playing.
Jay, what I love about you so much, Jay, is that you just tickle yourself.
Yes.
I do. I love just writing and creating stories and how people and characters and players interact with each other. And every character, every player who's ever played at my table in this universe, I want to come back and play. If it's been in the other games, things of that nature, I'm always trying to get them to interact if the storyline fits. And the storyline fit perfectly with that. So, anyways, as we were saying, so the party was going on. You were talking to a few other people. Glastoc felt a little tingling in his belly after eating some exotic foods and drinking some very good mead, and had to excuse himself to the restroom, where he promptly spent a good amount of time there. But then wandered amongst the halls a little bit too, probably to avoid going back into the party. So it was a long time before Glastoc was returning. And we're going to pick up as Glastoc is just about to come back into thing. We're going to give Glastoc a little bit of taste of a little bit of spotlight as he sees at Glastoc. You come into the ballroom again, and you're looking around, you're seeing the people dancing and everything else going around, and there's some laughter going on about some one of these nobles that is kind of dancing by himself and making kind of a fool of himself, and people are laughing and enjoying it and humorous, and then it ends, and you're kind of standing there in the background as you're kind of going in before you jump back in, and
it was only 6 seconds.
It was quick, but then he gets angry and stomps off. And as he's kind of stomping past you a little bit, Glastoc, you hear a little familiar female voice behind you that says, "Your party members seem to be being naughty." As you turn around and see Selena, the haunted house vampire that Talico, and Brynn encountered in Schmaltmarsh before you went down. And she's wearing this beautiful red silk dress.
Of course, red. Yes.
And her hair is just beautifully done. Big red lipstick, crimson of that, looking gorgeous as ever. It's been about 100 years since you've seen her, but she's,
looks the same.
Very, very,
looks exactly the same. Big shock.
Bosoms very exposed to certain eye lines, and very attractive. Getting
to
the
certain eye lines that are only.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If she hugged him, he would be lost.
Yes, she kind of comes
He
right
would disappear.
up, like right in front
Eyes
of
are
you.
up here, kind of thing.
And she kind of comes behind you, the side, and kind of gets right in front of you. As that is what you see. It is so good to see you. I just had this lovely chat with Brynn and Aviro. I thought you were here, but it's pleasure. As she kind of sticks her hand out, like and instead of sticking out large, she kind of took like a half step back and just sticks it right in front of her chest.
Of course. Well, Glastoc's not, you know, not an idiot. You know, he realizes what this party is, so he takes her hand, but he doesn't. You know, like he only gives like a little half bow.
Mhm.
You know, just enough to make it noticeable that he's actually playing the game, but
Yep.
not fully.
And
And just, you know, and as soon as he finishes, he just lets go and then takes a drink.
Yep.
So that, you know, it's he's trying to make it obvious that he really doesn't want to talk to her.
Mhm. And you can tell that her hand strangely feels a little bit cool. Not cold, but cool.
That's not strange, but okay. She is
Bad circulation. She got to
Yeah.
get some exercise into her
Yes.
regimen.
Yeah.
And she says, your comrades are definitely being the live of the party. I'm so glad I didn't miss you talking. It's been such a long time. I hope you're doing well. As she kind of looks over up, noticing any new scars or anything like that.
I'm as well as can be expected, and considering the, you know, our host and yourself, we pretty much are the life of the party.
Oh, Glastoc, your dwarven humor is so enlightening. I missed it. It's been a long time. Yes, the prince did mention your wonderful sea antics and protecting the Leto's ship. I am so impressed. You've grown in the last 100 years. You haven't even aged a day or a week, maybe a year. So intriguing. You must tell me your secrets. You haven't indulged in any.
It's the hair.
Oh, lovely. Oh, and you look so fashionably fit. Yes, you did very well. Everything been good?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Because I know Glastoc gave his name, but I'm trying to remember if any of us, if either Brynn or Aviro actually did.
So Aviro wasn't there, but it was
right.
the letter that Brynn negotiated back.
Okay, so she would know Aviro, but so like because when I tried intimidating her, I know I said my name.
Yes.
But I'm actually trying to remember whether or not Brynn ever actually said her name.
No, but she had mind mended with Talico.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
and
so
Talico and basically read Talico's mind, and because he was under her dominated control,
right, that's
and
right.
learned
Also,
all
this
your
bitch
names.
did her research.
Yeah,
probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So she never met Aviro, but she knew that the letters were for Aviro, and she made.
Right.
And then she talked to the prince, so it was very clear. Also, she probably got the names from the prince and figured that who everyone was.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's like, it's so divine. Are you staying in Magnamar long, or are you heading off to somewhere else?
Oh, just wherever fortune takes us, or wherever Brynn manages to get us, signed on to some contract that we don't know about. So
I think she was talking about
meanwhile,
something.
he's looking for one of the servers, and he's like, trying to get another drink.
And as one kind of comes by, and
just switch glass.
yeah, and it switches the glasses, and she kind of
Takes two.
notices, and then as you're talking, a different server comes in with only 2 glasses, and it's a different the cup itself is gold plated, so you actually can't see it, and that waiter comes right up to her and presents the thing, and she goes, "Oh, thank you," and then leaves as she starts drinking.
Yeah, we know what that
That's
is.
children. That's children blood.
Is he going right towards the prince with the other one?
Pretty much, yeah.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
This was fun and all, but fuck this.
So Glastoc's just gonna kind of like look through the crowd to try to zero in on either Brynn or Aviro or both. It says, "Well, it's been a pleasure reacquainting myself with you. I need to get back to my friends."
Oh, no worries. Now, don't be a stranger if you come back to Schmalmarsh. I would love to entertain you in your group.
And
no spiders, of course.
Yeah. And he just kind of, okay, and just turns and walks away.
Okay.
I'll take that as a promise.
And as he's walking away, he's kind of like, like flipping her off,
and she just has this grin of happiness on her as Glastoc's walking away.
God.
And she turns and kind
like
of goes,
a cat playing with a mouse before it kills it.
Yeah.
Shit.
That is a beautiful description.
The thing is, this version of Glastoc would actually be much more deadly to her. Because all of my attack spells do extra damage against undead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're pretty sure she knows that.
Yeah.
And she's
still friends.
Yeah.
And she's still as charming as that.
Yeah.
So. Oh yeah. She is a piece of work, and I love this NPC.
Yes, I'm sure you do, Jay.
Clearly.
Yeah.
When you get back, Glastoc, Brynn is dancing. Brynn is dancing with
Aviro.
Oh,
is it?
She's going back and forth.
Yeah, she's going back and forth.
Aviro.
Yeah, so you kind of get in there and you see them dancing and coming back and forth, and I leave it to when you come back and you rejoin back together.
Well, he'll just stand off to the side and wait for the song to end while the two of them are dancing.
I imagine it does, and Brynn is kind of coming back towards Glastoc with Aviro and be like, "Glastoc, you're back." And Aviro is having a very good time tonight, and she gives Glastoc a wink.
I can see that.
Aviro stumbles forward with a drink in his hand and like wraps himself around you. Glastoc, where have you been? And when he breathes on you, you just get mead. like when you open a barrel of mead and stick your head in, it's
God, yeah. All right.
Woo, nobody light a match. He's very uninhibited. It's been just a hoot and a half.
Vero, maybe it's best you stop drinking. Have you eaten any food?
Yes, I had those. I don't know what they're called, but they're small and they're crusty and with the vegetable filling inside. I don't. They're fried. The fried things. That gentleman
Wontons.
there, he's got some.
Coming around with a whole pile of them. Anyway, are you having fun? Glastoc, oh my goodness, we almost forgot to tell you. And is Talico still there? Is he still mingling?
He's mingling around. So yeah, and
I would get I would get to Glastoc's level and I would like turn it like very Jurassic Park
Mhm.
towards Teleco. I'd be like, look who we found.
Now,
Well,
Glastoc
I was
was there when he
there. Yeah, I
first,
was
Oh,
gonna
he
say when he
was?
first
but
showed
then
up.
he
Oh, when he
left
first got
like
introduced.
half. Yeah,
Mhm.
he left like
I
halfway through
apologize.
the conversation with Teleco.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah,
So the gang's all here.
yeah, including the vampire bitch that we ran into.
Yeah, we run into it too.
Don't like her.
I don't like her either. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
I tend to not really have fond feelings for people who've tried to kill us in the past.
yeah,
I'm surprised she had the balls to come up and talk to us at the party. I mean, she probably knew we couldn't cause a scene, really.
no, no, and this is her element. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're at a distinct disadvantage here right now. So,
Mhm.
uh,
Well, I'm having a lovely time.
oh,
This has been
good,
very pleasant.
yes. Um, have
Aviro?
have either of
Mm,
you had an interaction with our host yet?
Yes.
yes,
I
while
went
we
over
were
and
on the
talked to him.
boat.
No, no, no.
No,
Here.
tonight. Yes, I went over
Oh,
and I talked to him. He was very pleasant. He thanked us again for our job and uh yeah, it was very pleasant.
I mean, I don't see any reason for us to be here. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, yes, this is a party and yes, this is a big deal, but I it's not the kind of thing that we would normally get invited to. I mean, I understand this is his way of thanking us and stuff, but this is not, and then he specifically looks at Aviro, us.
I am having a wonderful time. It's okay to do things that are just frivolous and fun from time to time, you old curmudgeon.
uh,
This has
I,
been a smash.
I, I, I get that, and I'm not begrudging that fact, but I have a feeling there's something else going on.
Well, Dad, if you think there's something else going on, the big man is right over there. Get in line and go talk to him. Aviro and I need another drink, don't we, Aviro?
No, Aviro needs water.
can I make water? Does
uh,
prestidigitation make water?
There's a spell to create water. So unless you have create
Uh,
water,
well, there is a make. Create a temporary object of negligible bulk.
although prestidigitation would
Yeah, that's
also
what I'm
be
looking
able
at.
to do that as well, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah. Under prestidigitation, one of the things is make a
Yeah.
temporary object of no.
yeah, water's an object.
Mm-hmm.
Laws of matter.
Well, I
Hashtag
mean,
science.
you can make a quick drink. Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, so he drains the he drains the rest of the drink that he has, and then he puts water in. There, are you happy?
Probably for the best. He's not wrong. And Bryn would have another drink because she's been pacing herself. And she would just yeah, Bryn would kind of mingle and she would one more gesture to Glastoc to the prince and just kind of shrug and say, be my guest.
Glastoc,
And
let's go. I'll wait in line with you. It'll be a great time. Come on,
Oh,
come on. And he
no,
starts
no,
to
no.
drag him.
Oh,
He's like
God.
holding him by his arm. Come on. Let's out. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We can reminisce about the time which we almost died. 'Cause
Absolutely.
what else do we have to talk to him about?
Damn thing.
And Bryn's still dancing. Okay.
Bryn is
Mhm.
dancing. Oh yeah, Bryn is having the time of her life. You get the idea that Bryn hasn't had this much fun in a very long time.
Right.
Mhm.
She looks like she's really enjoying herself.
Mhm.
I am trying to find a picture of someone. It is in roll 20. But I
I
am
always forget to open roll 20
No,
when
that's
we
fine.
play. I'm a dumbass.
No, it's fine. I mean, we're generally for
Oh,
combat or
there.
for maps and stuff like that, but I can't find the picture otherwise, except I do have it in roll 20. Um,
I'm opening.
But so Brynn,
Yeah.
as you are actually, so Glastoc and Aviro go off to stand in line. As you're standing there, you see this woman
Mhm.
standing and
Oh
talking
my
to a
god.
few other people.
He's hot.
Yeah. This is
Oh, fuck.
Sheila Headmarch. She
Uh-huh.
and her husband, Sir Canavan Headmarch, is standing
Mhm.
there and they look over at you. And you recognize
Mm.
her because she is a head of the Pathfinder Society Lodge
Uh-huh.
in Magnamar.
In Magnamar.
And so
And I
someone you met
yeah.
about 10 years ago.
Uh-huh. And so Bryn, you would see like her face, like she had been smiling and again, like just like pretty perfectly content. And then she sees this woman and it just sort of drains away. And and this woman is looking at Bryn.
She looks at Bryn
She's already
and gives her a look and then just kind of turns back over to her husband and continues talking. And it's clear she's not going to make, based off of the conversations you had, she's not going to make the first step. She's kind of doing that first agreement.
hmm. Bryn is a little bit in the sauce. So she would go to the bar and she would be like, can I get just
Just a
like
little bit.
a shot of something? Something that's on fire, please.
Yep. And she gets you a shot.
And is it on fire?
If you want it to
I
be.
want a shot that's on fire,
Yep,
please.
there's a shot on fire.
And Bryn would like look at it and then she would just like put it out and then take it and then be like, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna go talk to. I can fucking talk to whoever I fucking want to. I'm gonna go. 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 And Bryn takes what like she's just been drinking beer and she's just started a new one. So she like grabs her glass and she would walk over to this woman and be like, what is this woman's like rank?
She is in
the
charge. She's the Pathfinder Society. She's in charge of the lodge. So she is in charge of the Pathfinder Society in this region.
Regional manager.
Yeah, regional manager. Yeah. Regional manager and senior secret society member.
Senior secret society. So is there like a title? Like
Pathfinder
it's not
Society
just
leader. Yeah.
No, like an honorific, I think you mean, right?
leader.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I could just say leader.
But you just say her name, madam.
Yeah.
So.
Pardon me.
And she looks at you for a second. It's like, well, good evening. It's you look lovely. It's been a while.
It certainly has. I didn't expect to see many of us at something like this.
It is a party. I generally attend all the large social gatherings of status, so to speak. This is I don't believe you've met my husband, Sir Calivan.
not.
Sir Calivan, Brynn, is it?
It is most definitely Bryn.
Brynn.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And he gives a proper bow and hand, and very nice to meet you. Dear, I'm going to go mingle with the mayor. It seems that the senator, the aristocrats dancing has upset him, so I'll smooth things out. Ah, yes, dear. And he kind of walks away. What are you enjoying the party?
Yes, very much. I I was just trying to enjoy myself. My two compatriots are over there meeting the prince. He invited us personally, of course. We
interesting. Yes.
some work for him, so doing very well for ourselves.
That is so good to hear. I'm so glad everything's been working out for you. Yes, the society is going very well. We've had lots of findings here in Ashram, sorry, in other areas. Is your group any looking for work?
I mean, yes, we're always looking for work. Is there any work for a small group?
Oh, there could always be something that we could do. Maybe there's might be something depending if things are aligned. If it's all right, I send you a communique sometime, a scroll message. It works.
Please. That
Excellent.
would be most appreciated. I do have a quick question, if I may,
Oh,
since
please,
I ran
dear.
into you.
Please.
If you happen to hear from Talk Broad River, you would have seen him, I don't know, when he's about this big. He's bigger now.
Hmm.
If you happen to hear from him or know where they've stationed him or anything at all, if you could include that in the communique somehow, that would be most appreciated.
I will do my best, dear, but as you know that interactions could be dangerous.
And Bryn would kind of nod and she would go to like shake this woman's hand.
Hmm.
And does she, I mean, I assume she does.
Oh
And
yeah.
if
Hmm.
she takes Bryn's hand, Bryn would kind of like pull her in close and like kind of grab her by the arm and be like, I have stuck my neck out for you more times than I can count. I have done good work for you. I have kept my mouth shut. I have done everything that you wanted me to do. I don't need to talk to him. I just want to know where he is and that he's safe.
Oh
Please.
my dear, and she puts on this big
I let her go
smile,
and
and it's like,
same thing.
oh, your heart, I understand so much is so good, and I will see what I can do with that. But safety is always the top priority.
Of course, always the top priority.
But
Well, thank you. And it was a delight
it was
seeing you
so
again.
delightful to see you, my dear. Please enjoy the rest.
Mhm.
And she is playing the
I
political game so well.
hate these
Same.
people.
And I walk away.
Yep.
And I just kind of go back to where like I was hanging out with Glastoc and Aviro, but they're
Yep.
not there. So I just kind of sit and
Mhm.
relax. And I imagine there's a fireplace
Yep.
and just
Yep.
chilling, enjoying my drink.
Brynn
Okay.
goes all Naomi Nagata on that lady. Holy crap.
Aviro and Glastoc, I need both of you to roll me a d20. Before you roll the d20, I need to know high or low. Like what do you want? You're going to compete against each other. And do you want
Oh,
who has the
great.
highest roll or the
Wow.
lowest roll? You're competing against each other.
I'll
Because I
take
rolled
low.
a nat 20 on something.
I'll take low.
So does that mean I take high?
Nope. It's whoever roll. It's like whoever's going to roll the highest or whoever's going to roll the lowest is it's going to happen. And you need
All
to
right, well,
decide
lowest
which you
then.
want, the highest roll or the lowest roll.
The lowest
Lowest.
roll.
Okay.
Lowest,
So
fine.
then I need both of you to roll and tell me what
God.
you got on just a straight d20.
Okay, hold on. I got an 8.
Aviro got a 4. Okay. Aviro, as you're standing in line and Glastoc's right behind you,
How close to the front of the line are we?
you're probably 4 people.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. There's like a small crowd and you're kind of
Okay.
behind the crowd a little bit. As you feel someone come up under your arm and grab onto your arm, as you see this beautiful human female with this long flowing dress,
Mhm.
blondish hair pulled back with it, looking very nice, probably in her early mid-20s, wearing a nice purple dress with little pink and lavender type accents and stuff like that. And she just kind of comes up around your arm. Oh my God, you are such the cutest elf in the world. Oh, that mustache, and she kind of touches your mustache for a little bit and kind of strokes it.
Oh my god. Aviro is
this-
quite the ladies' man
This
these days.
mustache, my. And what is your name, fine gentleman?
I prefer not to answer, thank you.
Glastoc sticks his head in. His name's Aviro.
Aviro! Oh, come, Aviro, come! As she starts dragging you.
He resists.
Give me. We're gonna do a strength test, but you
Uh-oh.
are going to minus.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna minus. We're gonna say at least -2 on your
Okay.
roll
Okay.
because you are intoxicated.
Yeah.
Now she is not very strong,
Oh, good.
but she does get. She has a will of taking you away.
Somewhere.
So,
Okay.
Somewhere
All right.
more private.
so my total's a 10.
She rolled a 17
Ah!
on the dice. So she's pulling you out of line into a corner as she kind
Okay.
of
Do it.
sits you
Do it.
down in a chair and then sits on top of you.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Do it.
Oh.
And she's got her hands around you like, oh, you are just so lovely. I love those. Yes, you are such a dapper gentleman. Are you not, Aviro? Or are you a naughty boy?
Oh my god. Can Glastoc hear this?
Yeah.
Glastoc yells out, "He's a naughty boy!"
And she's doing the
Get
naughty
some,
boy.
Aviro. Pull by the horns. Oh my god,
Make a
that's
Constitution
awesome.
saving throw, please. Or
Oh,
Fortitude
God.
saving throw.
Fortitude.
Fortitude saving throw.
15.
Okay.
Ooh.
Your belly's feeling it a little bit, but you hold
Uh-huh.
back.
He doesn't feel good.
So, Mr.
I don't feel
Aviro.
well.
Oh, I can make that better.
I don't feel well.
Shall we leave? I can take you back and I'll make you feel very good if you like.
Oh my god.
No, madam, I believe you should leave. Yes, that will certainly improve the situation. However,
my God.
remaining on top of me is most likely not a very good idea.
And she grabs another
The
drink.
puke,
Drink
he's gonna
this!
puke on her lap.
Drink this as she's drinking some more too. So tell me
I'm-
about yourself, Mr. Aviro. Oh,
Mm,
what do you do?
I'm not interested in this conversation. I
Too
do not want
bad.
to be here.
You are mine now.
That's actually incorrect, madam. I am not property to be owned
Are you
possessed, therefore
betrothed?
you do not, in fact, own me. I'm so sorry. Your logic is incredibly flawed.
Are you betrothed to someone? That vixen you
What?
were with earlier?
Vixen.
I'm not sure what you're referring to,
I-
madam, but
okay.
I'm only 150
Yes,
years
Brynn, you
old.
Do
see
I
this.
see this?
Yes, you do.
For a while, Brynn is watching this and it kind of taking her mind off of the shit from before. She's kind of laughing for a bit. But as this girl just does not seem to be letting up, Brynn would go over and she would be like, Aviro, darling, who's your friend?
I don't know. Brynn, she's not even told me her name, and she will not let me
Astasha.
up, and I'm not terribly
Astasha. I told
interested.
you my name. You didn't listen. He's mine tonight. If he was yours, darling. No, he's my darling tonight. And she's kind of looking up at you.
Is that so? Well, I'll have you know that he is my husband.
What
He is
Brynn,
nobody's
what are you
except
talking
mine.
about? I'm not your husband.
And she stands up with her hands. Husband?
As soon as she stands up, Aviro tries to get off the chair and walk away.
Give me a reflex saving throw.
Brynn would hold his arm romantically for show.
31.
Yeah, you make it no problem. You kind of just husband.
Oh, but then
What?
Brynn grabs my arm,
Yeah.
so I'm
I
stuck
He
there.
is
I don't see a
Quite-
ring. And she kind of puts her hands. I don't see a ring.
Yes, it's a very traditional construct, the ring. But Aviro is such a rugged gentleman that he just couldn't stand to be wearing a ring every day.
Brynn, what are you talking about? You've never told me
And I
anything
elbow him
about
in the mouth.
Well, Mr. Aviro, you could go home with me, or you could go home with your wife.
I
What
don't
would you
have
do?
a wife, madam. How many times do I need
Ha!
to tell you this?
Ha! See?
He's drunk. He's clearly drunk.
I know.
I will be taking him away now. And if you have anything to say about it, you can say it to me.
Well, I do. I
Brynn
want him.
flexes.
I don't
Retracts
care.
are cut.
I don't care your beautiful muscles. But
No. So I would be like, now, I will have you know the prince invited us personally. If you were to make a scene, I think it would only reflect poorly on you. And I doubt you'd be invited back.
and she kind of give me a society roll or an intimidation roll.
I will do intimidation because that's better for me. 25.
She
Oh, there
kind
we
of
go.
gets to that point. She's kind of like,
You name
kind of
drop the
gets all
prince.
toughy and kind of hissy, and she just looks at Aviro and says, "Just missed the opportunity of your lifetime." Huh.
I
And
doubt
walks.
that, madam. My life has not it's just barely begun. I've got decades and decades and centuries left to go. I hardly doubt that you're going to be the greatest thing in my life.
Yes,
when
he
there's
is
so
very
much more.
young and virile. Let's go, honey.
And she's all
Wow.
offended and kind of walks away.
Wow.
And Brynn would walk him back over to where Glastoc is waiting in line, and she would lean in close to Aviro and be like, "You're welcome."
Well,
And she would kind of like almost push Aviro back with Glastoc and be like, "Some friend you are."
I'm very confused as to what just happened.
Yes, just Glastoc. Would you look out for him, please?
Hey, listen. He's never going to be in this state of mind again. You know, you were having such a good time. I just thought maybe he should have a good time.
Yeah, he was clearly having the time of his life. And Brynn would whap Aviro on the chest and go back to where she was sitting and trying to enjoy her drink.
Okay.
On the chest or in the guts?
Oh no!
In
not
the guts.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no, bad idea.
Fortitude
Do I
saving
need-
throw, please.
Fortitude save.
I'm gonna -2.
-2,
Yeah.
15.
Ooh. Okay. Yep. It sits a little bit. You're good. You're good.
Close.
good.
Close, but no cigar.
No cigar.
Can I? Because there, as far as I can tell, there's no spell that would help sober him up.
There is spells out there, but you don't know them.
Okay.
Prestidigitation on his blood.
Well, I was gonna ask if neutralize poison would help.
Yes, it would.
Oh, alcohol is mild poison.
It
Okay.
would help.
Okay, I'm going to cast neutralize poison on him.
Okay. So as you cast, how does your casting look as you're standing in line in front of a whole bunch of people?
Let's see. I'm just double checking. So, okay, so it's somatic and verbal. Basically, he'd be, holding Aviro up, and he would be motioning his hand into making it make a small those little plastic cups that are on top of like Dimetap and stuff like that. And basically he forces it down Aviro's throat, and what it does is he gets to try to he gets a counteract check against the poison. So I guess that means he makes another.
He gets another saving throw, and he'll get bonuses. So yeah.
Fortitude
saving throw. Yep.
What's my bonus? Well, it's a nat 20.
Oh well.
And with what I have is a 31. So add whatever your bonus
No,
is
you're
to
fine.
31 and tell me.
You're sober, Aviro. You are sober.
Just basically just sobered up.
Sober, hungover, and sober, or just totally
sober. No hungover.
No hangover.
No hangover.
Well, that's an interesting sensation. What was that? Ooh, if he cast a spell, I should know what that is because I have.
You were drunk.
Yeah.
I have recognized spell though.
Give
No,
me
I
a
even have,
roll,
like,
but it's
advanced-
gonna be there's gonna
Quick
be
identification.
a minus to it.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Recognize spell you use either. I would go.
Is it a
alchemy.
second level or lower? I automatically.
It was 3rd level.
Okay. What do I roll though?
Arcane or religion.
Well, Arcana then.
It's
So
divine.
33.
So it drops it down to under 26. Yeah, you still recognize the spell.
Okay.
As a neutralized poison.
I'm Glastoc. Where did you learn this spell?
And Glastoc just looks at him. It's like, we've been over this before. I just know how to do this. I don't learn how to do it.
Rats. I was hoping you would teach me. All right. Well,
everyone give me a perception check, please.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I love seeing things.
21.
16.
23.
Yeah, there are some people looking at you, saw you cast a spell, and annoyed as hell.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yep, that's what I figured. But yeah, it's one of those like, oh, okay, and then they're like, oh, he was drunk, and they're now observing that Aviro is now sober. So
yeah,
right,
yeah.
So they're figuring out.
Now that I'm no longer under the influence, I'm not so sure I want to be second in line. One of a vampire.
Well, we're already here and you're not leaving. So
we're already here. You can't turn back now.
But
this was your idea.
I wasn't of sound mind.
No, that's why they call alcohol liquid courage.
Oh, and here we go. Oh boy.
I can only imagine what a drunk Aviro would say in a public place to the prince.
I was so ready for it too.
But I now am more intrigued on what a sober Aviro is going to say.
Right.
So as you come up, the prince goes, Gentlemen, your efforts seem to be causing a little stir, but welcome, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to speak with you. How are you enjoying?
Aviro looks very stiff and very formal. Like he's like overly formal.
Up until about 15 seconds ago, Aviro was overly enjoying your hospitality, but I've remedied that situation.
I don't know, Glastoc, if you went to torture him by casting your spell or you were helping him, but I'm intrigued about this interaction. How are you doing, Mr. Aviro? You're looking so tight, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. Loosen up, it's a party. And it's gentle. It's not hard, like strength-wise, but you know he's strong.
We thank you, your worship, for inviting us to your event. It has been thoroughly enjoyable, and if there is anything we can offer you in assistance in the future, please do not hesitate to do so. You honor us by asking our presence in your presence.
Well, I do have one request, Mr. Aviro.
I knew it.
And he kind of comes up to your ear. Please don't cast any more dancing spells. You're making a few enemies here that you may or may not like to.
The blood that was not there to start with
Oh.
drains even more.
Little
refrain from any more dance spells.
And he just squeaks. He just squeaks and nods vigorously.
Jay, how many people are behind us in line?
Probably 3 or 4.
Okay. And how far back are they?
5 feet.
Okay. All right.
I assume he's kind of maybe on a raised dais of some kind.
No, he's just kind of in a corner,
Oh,
and
Just kind of standing.
it's
there,
kind
yeah.
of like there's some people that are they're kind of lying, kind of close and looking. So
He's pompous, but not that pompous.
yeah, exactly.
I would have been.
He wants to be, approachable.
Yeah, pretty much. Very much
I would
so.
think he'd want to be able to see everything that's
I
happening.
could hear the air quotes on that. Approachable.
And Mr. Glastoc, how are you doing here?
I just wanted to express again our appreciation of inviting us here. It's not our normal atmosphere that we
Yes, I understand the venue is not your normal cup of tea, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I wanted to provide you thank you for your generous hospitality and
and we appreciate it. And Glassduck will like hold his hand out like to shake. Does he take his hand?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then as he takes it, Glassduck's gonna lean in and says, say,
A lot of leaning in tonight.
if there's another reason why you brought us here, let us know now before. And then he's kind of looking at Aviro. It gets uglier, and then just lean back.
He kind of laughs as he's keeping your hand shaking, and he kind of laughs for a second. Oh, but what is the fun to tell you? You need to figure that one out.
And Glassdock will like, and then just let go and say, and then just bow.
And he
just, like,
doesn't
grab
let go
Aviro.
for a second.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah,
He's
I see.
kind of laughing
guy.
in good sense, but I assure you, something you are definitely looking forward to. And then he releases.
And then, I was gonna say, and so Glassdock will bow and just kind of grab Aviro and rotate him and start walking away.
At which point he says, "Oh, one more thing before you leave. There's I have something for you as a departing gift. There is some misunderstanding. Before you leave, one of the people before you leave will have something for you at coat check. So don't leave without it."
Oh check.
And Glassdock will bow and just kind of walk Aviro back towards Brynn.
And then the next person,
Aviro was walking very
hello,
fast.
welcome,"
Yeah.
and goes right into the political next person.
Of course.
As they come back, Brynn is just sitting there enjoying her drink. Be like, "Well, tough guy, did you suss out all of his deepest secrets?"
Yes. Apparently, something is going to happen before the end of this party.
Oh, like a surprise?
Like perhaps we
Oh,
should
Cake?
leave now before it happens.
no, like we better stick around to see what it is.
That
Glassdock, you
sounds
change your tune so quickly. I thought at least you would agree with me.
anything to stay at this
Look,
party.
I sobered you up so that we wouldn't have any more problems. And if something is going to happen, I need you to have your wits about you.
And what better way to do that than to leave now? Yes. That's clearly the best option.
Hero, I'm sure it'll be fine. Glastoc tends to see the most nefarious things in people, sometimes what people say. Knowing this situation, it's probably going to be a fucking cake
And that's
at the
when
end of the party.
Glassdock is looking around and probably is going to see the vampire woman again and go, yeah. And he just
So the night continues. Anything else with your group that you want to do? Is the party still lively and going?
Oh, I
Aviro
suppose
doesn't
we should
clearly
try.
now look like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I suppose we should try mingling a little bit with other people within the crowd. I mean, Aviro, who has the best understanding of how things operate within this city? Brynn or
Is that
I have a
sus-
+8 society.
I have a +4 society.
okay, so probably Brynn. Well,
Mhm.
okay, yeah.
And she has been
You want
here
book learning about
before,
Magnemar? I
so-
gotcha.
Well, yeah, I mean,
The
yeah,
tour guide.
yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Is like how, politically how things work. Basic. I guess what I'm getting at is like at this stage of the game, we'd kind of want to learn a little bit more about how things operate
me.
within the city. So maybe we each kind of go in our own way, and I don't know, either using like diplomacy or society or something, kind of like get a gist of.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is like the upper crust of the city,
Mhm.
so it's not going to tell us necessarily how the nitty gritty portion works. That's Bryn's territory,
Yeah.
but
Aviro can tell
but
you how everything works on paper,
right.
but not how it really works.
Yeah,
So-
and that's kind of what I'm getting at, is to
Mhm.
see if we can glean any information about,
Okay.
you know, is there issues with, trade? Is there
Okay.
little bits of information that we could use if we need to
I have
try
a
to
question.
find something later on?
Okay. Yes, Brynn.
Question is, how long ago was it that I was here again?
I want to say it's been about, what was it? It's been probably 16 years,
Okay.
So things wouldn't have
maybe
changed
20
too
years. 20
drastically.
years. I think it's been about 20 years, because you were
Okay.
here. You were here for 10 years, and then you left, and it's been almost 10 years since.
So Bryn would have some kind of a frame of reference, at least like who the people to talk to would be.
Exactly.
So
Oh, yeah.
she would want to send like the boys with like jobs,
Mhm.
kind of like, you go
Yeah.
talk to him, you go talk to her,
It's like,
and
oh,
I'll go talk
that's
to so and so.
that's
Yeah.
so and so who's in charge
And
of the
some of them you
trade
will
guild,
know,
or
but
this
some of
is,
them you don't, because of the years past and stuff like that. But
Okay.
what I will give you right now, the one person for sure is Sheila Headmarch, who's in charge of the Pathfinder Society.
right.
Okay.
Bryn's already got a relationship with.
Yeah.
She is the
Yeah.
up and knowing of a lot of shit that's going down in town.
So
But what
I already know a lot, fellas, and we don't really need to talk to anybody.
That's a great idea. I like Bryn's idea. Let's not talk to anyone.
I mean, I am kind of all mingled out, if I'm being honest, but I have a pretty good handle on things. So what do you need to know?
Bryn, give me a society check, please.
God damn it! Oh, hey, 27.
All right. So I'm going to give you a list of names of individuals, and I'm going to give you some information about
Great,
who you recognize.
awesome.
And so one of them, I'm going to throw these in chat as well. So you have Radrin Rerex, who is from Magnemar. He's a member of the Judicial Council, and his family owns the a mercenary group. Someone else you recognize is Joston, who runs the Serpent runs arena, and kind of a spy master.
Cool.
There is no, I'm gonna give not gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you this one. You realize too that the person that Aviro made dance was Kelbig Balmer.
Okay.
He's Magnemar and Saltmarsh connections.
Okay. So Bryn would probably send Bryn would probably send Glastoc to talk to Mr. Caleb about because he doesn't know. He doesn't poor people. There's so many people. She would never mind. I want to steer clear of Mr. Dancy Boy. Um I would probably
Oh,
send
Dancy Boy did
a
leave.
Vero.
Sorry. Dancy Boy
Oh,
did
never
leave.
mind. Fuck him. We didn't want to play with you anyway. I would send a Vero to talk to these twin wizards about shit that's going on in town with magic users and such. Kaylin and Romri Vanderale. just point them out and be like, Aviro, those two over there are the leaders of the Eyes of the Hawk. They had some battle victories a long time ago, but they would know what's going on in town in terms of all the magical juju that you're into. So I'm sure that you can have a very productive conversation with them. Um, I would send probably Glastoc to talk to. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I would probably send Glastoc to talk to. Yeah, Randrid, the first guy. That, and I would point him out to Glastoc. I'd be like, "That's Randrid Direxi. He's a member of the Justice Council. His family, they own a mercenary guild, and they're very, very powerful. Their name and him, they all carry a lot of political weight. So if you wanted to talk to things on the political front and things like that, he would probably be the best one." And Brynn would kind of crack her knuckles, and she would want to go talk to Jorston, um, because the whole like underworld spy shit is probably more her bag.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
like,
makes
all
sense.
right, well, say half an hour at most. Meet back here. All right,
Sounds good. And then
Vero's just quiet.
yeah.
ready break.
And the two of them
I
wander off, and Vero stands where he
Standing there.
is.
I would fake like I'm gonna punch Aviro in the stomach before I leave, and I'd be like, "You'll be fine."
He would flinch.
Yeah, and I would whack him on the shoulder and be like, "You'll be fine."
Brynn,
And yeah,
you approach Justin. Axe Tongue is a Magmar. And like I said, he runs the games and organized events at the arena. And you find a spot to come in and talk to him. And he's kind of a big, jovial kind of guy, a little bit of a beard. Fine, just like, oh,
come in and know me better.
Hello,
hello,
Justin.
Yes.
And you? How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Believe me, I have heard of you. Who hasn't heard of?
You
Axe Tongue?
flatter me so well. You must want something.
It's funny you should say that. Well, Brynn would kind of like shake her head like she was joking. She's not, but
Yep.
she would sit with him and talk to him for a little bit, just kind of schmoozing him and just talking about the games. And she's been to the games here. And she would kind of reminisce with him about particularly notable matches and like stuff like that he would, stuff that he would like, and
That he remembers
buttering
about
him
20
up.
years ago and stuff like that, like reminiscing about the
100%.
old. You know how sports fanatics will like in the 1976 World Series and during that game or their favorite.
I wouldn't
team.
know anything about that. But no, so I would definitely be like talking to him and kind of buttering him up all the while. And when it eventually kind of came down to it, Brynn would sort of ask for any like rumors around like the more underworldy type things.
Got it. Give me a society check.
Okay.
You buttered it up pretty well.
17.
17? Okay. What particular information were you looking for with the underworld? Because there's a lot.
I would want to know, have there been any notable targets for assassination and or information gathering? Like, obviously there's always sort of like information gathering going on amongst the spies, but have there been any like riskier jobs? Like, have there been any that like you need to put your top man on it, or like any like notable targets? Like, have there been any powerful people that have been in the crosshairs lately?
There's what you get is that there has been an uprising cell of the blue M's working in this ring between Sandpoint, Magnemar, um, Schmaltmarsh, and Riverdale. So this kind
Okay.
of this eastern coast or western coast of Varissia has been not mainly in the Magnemar, Schmaltmarsh, and Sandpoint area. Um,
Mhm.
what you get is that they're looking for something. The blue M's
Okay.
are looking for something. And
Okay.
there's a specific group of the blue M's that seems to be tracking because and what you're getting is that there's been many adventurers that have been going on and there was an adventurers group called the Bang Whiz? No, Whiz Bangs out of Sandpoint that seem to have disbanded recently within the last few years that were
Mm.
supposedly on a mission that the Blue M's have seemed to be interested in. And there seems to be some activities that are happening that under the microscope there could be some connections, but it's been
Okay.
very systematically overt.
Okay.
So unless someone's really good at connecting the dots, it doesn't look like it, which means one of two things. It's coincidence or there's a freaking mastermind behind it.
Okay. Noted. All right. Bryn takes that in and is ready to share that with the boys when we meet
Okay.
up. But she actually is genuinely kind of enjoying talking to this guy, so
Oh
she
yeah,
would
he's enjoying
hang
talking
around
to
and
you.
talk to him.
I mean,
And
Bryn has
yeah.
been in the biz, so
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
So and you're gonna make a contact. So there might be something that potentially in the future he might call upon you for some information and share
Noted.
of information. So yeah, there
Dorston will remember
definitely
this.
yeah. But
Got it. Perfect.
Glastoc. What does
Yes.
Glastoc do?
Well, he'll approach this gentleman. Is he human?
For our sake, yes, he is human.
Okay. And he'll kind of walk up and try to play the game. Um, being as diplomatic as possible. And introduce himself as a uh, adventurer for hire
Oh,
kind of thing.
okay.
Um,
You notice he's a large male. I mean, he's definitely a mercenary, and he's probably rough around the edges a little bit when it comes to the diplomacy. But he's
right.
probably learned the diplomacy aspect of it. But I mean, he's grown up in a mercenary. His family owns the mercenaries, so he's very comfortable with mercenaries and adventurers. And he's got the ale. He's drinking the ale. So
Mhm. And as Glastoc introduces himself, yeah. Oh, may I ask what you're drinking?
God, it's the meadberry, I believe it is. Have you had it already tonight?
Oh, yes, but have you tried this? And Glastoc will produce his mug.
Oh,
And offer it
interesting.
to him.
I never turned down a free drink. Poisoned? As he looked at you, like,
Oh, of course not.
always gotta ask. And he kind of drinks it up.
Because people who would be poisoning you would tell you,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well,
You never know.
oh, this is excellent. What is this? This is wonderful. As I roll a 19 on his,
Appreciation
enjoyment.
roll.
Yeah, my enjoyment roll. He's like, this is wonderful. You got to tell me, where did you get this? Where does this come from? Is it dwarven?
Oh, of course, it's a family
Oh,
recipe.
where's the brewery? Gotta have some.
Oh, it's quite a ways away, but it's a little piece of home that I always keep with me, and
Oh,
and as he drains it, obviously refills again,
oh yeah.
uh, right after. So, uh,
He is actually talking to you and wants to know exactly the brewery, where it's from, and I need a D20 from you.
Just a straight D20?
Just a straight D20.
Okay. Oh, nat 20, baby.
Hell yeah!
That's
add it to
2
the
today.
spreadsheet.
That's 2 today.
Damn.
I'm sitting here, I'm watching because I'm using the roller that's part of the software, and it literally, it's got a little box, and it hit the edge of the box, and it was coming up as 2, and then it bounced back to the
love it. Hell yeah.
He gets all the information from your home brewery. I will tell you this much. Within the next month, he is going to start importing your brewery mugs, at which point you have just established a new shipping distributor here in Magnamar for your family's brewery.
Look at us. We are making a name for ourselves.
Your family will be getting in touch with you about this sometime in the future. You have just established.
What the fuck? We don't have the supply for this.
No. He is going to reach out to them. He's got his people. He's gonna be adventurers that are gonna go get it, bring it back, and then within the next 6 months, there will be a regular shipment to Magnamar for that particular mead, which will now spread for this entire area.
This is such a hot spot. It will undoubtedly spread.
It's going to be
like
called
Michigan
Steel
beers,
Cloak
man.
Mead.
Steel Cloak Mead.
Is it mead?
It's ale, actually.
It's ale.
Ale.
So Steel Cloak Ale.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
Is it ale or is it like
badass.
an imperial dwarven imperial stout, like the darkest, thickest, heaviest?
Of course, it's the darkest, thickest, heaviest.
No, because it says, the sign says always fills to the brim with a delicious ale. So that's,
it's Steel Cloak Ale. So within the next 6 months, it is, you have just established.
Hell yes.
Holy
I need somebody
crap.
in the community to create a logo for Steel Cloak Ale, please.
Which may or may not assist you in the future with any rep later down the line.
We need to be like keeping these like points. Like
I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So while we're talking, Jay, basically, so there's 2 things. So the first thing that I'd want to try to find out is, because he runs a mercenary group, is if they've had any like major, like somebody's hired like large groups of his men for different things. But then also, so I guess I don't understand, what's the Justice Council? Is that kind of like their court system?
Yeah, it's basically the Magnamar. He's in charge a section of the justice system in Magnamar.
And then like any big,
so like when there's
cases
the council,
or things like
there's
that.
Like a council of 6, and he's one of the council members.
Okay.
That runs Magnamar, but he's the Justice Council, so he also deals with all the justice necessarily of Magnamar. So if you get arrested, you might be able to have a way.
Do you know who I am?
You might be able to send something. Get out of jail free card.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So so just wondering, like if anything in the conversation with him like catches our eye, or like has anybody hired a large group of men to go dragon hunting, things like that?
Okay. So you want to know dragon hunting or any large groups to do specific?
Yeah, just like if because I would assume, and then maybe not, if somebody was hiring a large group of mercenaries, they probably are going to ask why, but maybe not. If enough money is spent, it might just be, they hired 10 of my best men, and paid triple the price so that we wouldn't ask too many questions, kind of thing.
There hasn't been too many situations where a large group of adventurers or mercenaries have been hired. There's been some small little things that have happened. The dragon hunting stopped.
That's good.
So there was, for about several weeks ago, there was some big things about dragon hunting, especially around a Schmaltmarsh and in the area. And basically he says, uh, all of that has stopped due to a generous and influential negotiations.
Oh,
Hmm.
Didn't get into specific detail,
right.
but
Yeah, and I'm not going to press him on
no.
it at this point.
But
Yeah.
what I will give you because of that nat 22 is actually I need a society roll. So give me a society roll. You are going to get plus
Society
10.
or diplomacy?
The society, and you are going to get a plus 10 on your roll.
Whoa, that's heavy.
I rolled an 18, so it's a 28.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. So it's not a critical success, but yeah, it's definitely what you get out is the impression that a dragon or a conclave of dragons negotiated to say stop hunting us or we're going to burn everything down.
Oh, okay. That's
So they went,
That's a
okay.
good reason to stop hunting dragons.
But it was specifically, I'll tell you this, hunting black dragons.
of course. Yeah. We kind of figured that. So
He don't understand.
True. Very true.
Yeah. It's rolling hot today.
Very hot. Anything else?
no, that's it. I like I said, I don't want to overpress.
No. You did, yeah, perfect
yeah.
on that. But Jim's got some homework to do. I know there's a whole bunch of stuff later on in the year that, yeah, that was very impressive. Aviro.
So before you start, quick question.
Yes.
Does Aviro know what this Eyes of the Hawk is?
I would have given him a very cursory overview, but like, I don't know if he's heard of him before.
So
Okay,
yeah,
what
it's an
is it?
adventure group. It's an adventure group of
adventurers
wizards. Within your, let's give your academic role to see how well you know of their escapades.
22.
You know of them. There was
Okay.
some good escapades. They're older now, but yeah, they're twin wizards.
Okay.
They're an adventuring group. They did some great things as adventurers.
Okay.
They're higher level than you, so to speak. But
Sure.
yeah.
So, all right. So, Brynn and Glastoc go their separate ways, and he stands there for a good 3 minutes. And then he finally steals up the courage to walk in their direction. Now, are they in a group of people talking, or are they standing by themselves with not
You can
engaged in
approach
conversation?
them when they're by themselves.
That's not my question. My question is, at this particular instance,
They're talking to someone. Yeah.
they're talking. Okay, so he wanders over, and like you can. There's a group of people, and he's too embarrassed to go insert himself into the conversation, so he kind of is like in the back, kind of like wandering and looking for something intentionally. There's a thing over here to go stand and look at, and then
They
he'll
notice
kind of,
you doing that, and then after about 5 minutes of you kind of coming back, the other group leaves, and they just watch. Yeah.
yeah. So they leave, and then he continues to go look at a lamp torch stand over here or whatever it is, and
Gods.
yeah, and then he looks over at them and sees them looking at him, and he quickly turns away.
Hmm.
And then
someone else comes and talks to them.
Yep. And I would like to roll to see if he actually gets up the gumption to
Please
actually
do.
go talk to them. What would you like me to roll for that? Is that a
D20.
will save, just a random D20?
Will save D20. It's up to you. Your call.
I have no idea. Well, he rolled a 4.
He does not.
He chickens out and does not
out.
talk to them, and he meets them back at the half hour
Yep.
mark, having not spoken to them.
Okay. You meet back up. The party's there's some people that are starting to leave. The party's starting to come down. It's midnight-ish. So anything else? Do you get back? You kind of converse back to you share your information. You found out that Aviro didn't talk to anyone.
Does he get yelled at?
I would just Bryn would sigh and she would kind of pinch the bridge of her nose. She'd be like, "Well, I talked to my guy and I would just kind of share." She's just not super surprised. And she's trying to be nice.
All
And I
right.
would share everything that I heard with the guys.
All right. So as the evening starts to go and it's starting to conclude and people are leaving and it's getting that time to leave. There's a few people straggling because of it. They stay late, but the prince might be one of them. The mayor might be another one. But yeah, it's time. People are leaving. It's
People are
definitely the
leaving.
end of
Can
the
we
party.
go now?
Yeah,
What are
Glastoc,
we
I'm
waiting
starting to
around
think that
for,
this
Glastoc?
big surprise was a bit of a dud.
Yeah, I agree. Well, the prince said that there's something waiting for us at our coat hat check. So
Ooh.
let's
I didn't check my hat.
It's coat check. It's a place, Aviro. You don't have to check anything
yeah,
there.
when we first came in, they asked us if they wanted our cloaks,
Yes, and I
I
refused.
gave them
Yes,
my cloak.
Yeah.
it's
So
part of my ensemble.
And I would kind of start to I'd
So as
pound the rest of
you
my drink.
head there, there's a female half elf dressed in a uniform during show. There's someone else, male, human male, dressed in the same uniform and outfit, like catering, grabbing different
Mhm.
things. So she's like, "Yes, can I help you? Ticket?"
Yes. I my cloak, and I would hand her my ticket.
And she grabs
And
it, and somebody in the mail goes back and picks it up and goes, "Next."
we were told before you move on.
Yes.
We were told that there would be something. The prince told us there would be something waiting for us at Coat Check. We are the natural ones. We
Oh,
were
uh,
personally invited by the prince.
oh, okay. And she kind of looks over and she's like, "Oh yes." And she pulls up, and there's a Mr. Glastoc, and pulls out the small chest and sticks it on top. And Mr. Aviro pulls out a chest and sticks it on that. And it's a small chest, about yay big by yay big.
And
He takes it.
is there one for me?
No, just those two.
Well, I say. And Bryn is like, "Ah, I am
Incensed.
I am incensed.
I'm sorry, ma'am. This the only ones that were left.
Left. We should have. That's fine, my dear. I am never one to shoot the messenger. And I would like put on my cloak, kind of in a huff. I would wait by the door. Fuck you both.
Well, I grab my chest and
Yep.
we ready to go.
Glastoc.
okay. So basically these are party favors, and everybody that came to the party got one.
No.
Oh,
Only ones that were left. Fucking
There's like a piece of parchment with your name on, like, been at top onto this chest specifically.
okay.
This is Glastoc and Aviro, and you're pretty sure it's you only two got these.
Okay. All right. So I was going to say, if they were
Course.
just party favors, Glastock would have given his to Brynn, so she wouldn't have such a hissy fit. But
Listen here. I'm not. I am having a very quiet, staid, hissy fit.
so yeah, he'll take it and walk out with the other two. So
When do you open them up?
As soon as we get outside, Aviro would open his.
That's a great answer.
As you're standing
as
on the
soon as he walks
stairwell,
I
outside,
hope it's food, and I hope you both choke.
as you open it up, Aviro, inside, on the top of the side, there's a message, parchment piece of message, and underneath the message, there are gems, worth about 1,000 gold pieces, worth of gems, and the note saying, "Thank you for attending. Your attire was was my present, Prince.
Oh, because we paid for our stuff.
Glastoc, same thing. You got 700 gold worth of gems that say, your attire was my treat, the prince.
Wow.
So what you spent on your outfit has been given back to you in gems.
Back to okay. All right.
Awesome.
Perfect. Okay.
That's nice.
Awesome. Well, that's very nice. And look, now we've got these great little tiny chests for ingredients or evidence or other small items. This is wonderful.
And Brynn would just kind of laugh now, realizing what had happened, and she has kind of made an ass of herself. And she would like, is there a carriage waiting for us?
Yes, there's a carriage waiting for you.
I wonder why he paid for our garments, but not Brynn's. That's very strange, don't you think?
Well, I mean, he technically did pay for mine. I went in and I told him that the prince would be paying, and they just set me up. So he did pay. He just paid for mine up front.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
That explains a lot. Okay.
Why did you go in and tell him he was going to pay, and then how? That's very.
Oh,
just demanded.
Shit! I forgot to tell you that we all could have done that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. There's been a lot going on.
Oh,
I am sorry, but he clearly made it right, and now you have this cool chest for ingredients and whatever. It all
Right.
worked out. Sorry.
Oh, look, a carriage.
Oh, look, a carriage.
And the carriage comes, picks you up, and brings you back to the Old Fang Inn. And as you come in and you get, everyone in the tavern is looking at you because you look dressed to the knot. You look gorgeously dressed. A carriage came and picked you up in this part of town. Not too common. So yeah, everyone's looking at you like, why are these fancy dancy people staying here?
Right.
So
Brynn ignores them.
You go back to your room. You get sleep, relaxation.
Brynn takes the bajillion bobby pins out of her hair and just itches her scalp for like 10 minutes.
And it feels so good.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
This is one for my girls. Anybody who's ever been to fucking homecoming. Oh,
yep.
It feels great.
Like that feeling when the Q-tip hits the right spot. You know?
Yep. Almost exactly that same feeling. Little goosebumps. For sure.
Vero and Glastoc, you get to your room and you get ready, bath or not. It's late, so there's really no evening baths this late. Since it's probably 1 a.m. by this time.
Yeah.
So, and and you hit the sack, you get to bed. Whenever you do, you sleep in. The next day, you know that you were told where to go and arrange for the horses and Talico. Yes.
Yeah, we met up with Talico.
And you met up with Talico. So the next day is going to be arranging for your horses of transportation, which will be ready for you the next day. So you're going to have a full day in Magnamar, and you're going to be able to leave the next morning and be able to go to start your journey to Sandpoint. So the question is, most of the days for Aviro is going to be taken care of because you're going to be with Talico and stuff and organizing information sharing. And that's when the dragon information and everything that came about of understanding what's going on and stuff that we played in the last episode. Brynn was going to be there for a short time, but like I said, what does Brynn and Glastoc want to do for the day in Magnamar besides about 2 hours of getting the horses organized?
We had said that Brynn and Glastoc were both in the room at the time with Aviro
for a little bit.
Glastoc. Oh, okay.
I would assume if we're making a trip somewhere, we'd want to make sure we have whatever supplies and stuff we need beyond like the horses. So
And
Pick
Brynn
the
would just kind of
outfitters.
stick with Glastoc. There's not a ton of urgency here, and so she's just kind of trying to enjoy the day and kind of see the sights. And this is a familiar place to her, so she's enjoying being here and looking at everything.
Is she pointing out the sights?
Yeah,
Oh, and that's
a couple like yeah, for sure. Anything notable, she would point out to Glastoc and kind of laugh and yeah.
that's so and so, the professional adventurer's house, and that's
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Tour guide.
Universal Studios
Yeah.
lot tour.
Now, some of it is not 100%
Now on your
accurate
left-hand side is
because it's
Yeah,
about
right.
10 years old.
Sure. So she would kind of like there would be a couple of well, obviously her dealings here were not always super savory, so she would keep some things to herself, but she but anything that looks like it is still what she knew it as, that would
Mhm.
be those things that she would point out to Glastoc.
Yep. And one of the things you pick up is you will pick up a map of the area and the roads and stuff like that. And you know it's going to take you about 3 days to get to Sandpoint by horse. And in Roll20, the new map, and also in the overlay, you're going to see the large map of Verisian and how, you're in Magnamar and it's kind of a winding road up to Sandpoint. And that, where you're getting ideas of where things are in the area, things of that nature. But yeah, it's good. It's about 3 days journey to get to Sandpoint. You get your supplies, you get stuff, like I said, anything else you want to do in Magnamar that you want to do.
I don't have
yeah, I mean, have we been to the Adventurers Guild?
Not yet. You would have probably done today, gone to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. And I guess it's just to, check in.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a job that would fit, like if we're
on the
already
way, like we're on our way anyway, kind of.
Yeah.
There is an
kinda.
escort job to Sandpoint that leaves. That would I could say potentially leaves tomorrow. It's a small caravan.
I say just take it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
easy. That's easy money.
It's not
Brynn
very
would-
much.
Brynn would,
It's not very much coin, but it is. One
more
of the
than we had
merchants.
this morning.
Yeah, protections. So
Plus,
Yeah.
it helps with our standing with the guild.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
okay.
Aviro
Right.
definitely wants to go scroll shopping a little bit. We don't have to do it in game. I can
Okay.
just Jay, this is the stuff I wanted, and
Okay.
then we can figure it out.
You'll be able
But
to find
we
something
just
late in the afternoon,
retcon it.
early evening. Be able to hit a store,
Find a
and
couple of
get
scrolls.
something. Yep, not
Great.
a problem.
Great.
So, yeah, in the mid afternoon, you would have found that out. And again, the only one that's leaving tomorrow, since they didn't really have anyone, it doesn't pay well. And it's for like one cart of
Ouch.
merchant supplies that's going to Sandpoint for a festival. So some foods and some ingredients and stuff like that. So
Well, they deserve protection just like anyone.
Yeah.
I think we absolutely should help them out.
and they're going to be leaving early in the morning. The message goes out, and you get a confirmation later that night of where to meet and stuff like that. So you'll be able to get the horses, meet up with the merchant, and be able to travel. Yeah, no problem in the morning.
Awesome.
Your evening. How much food, drink do you have?
The normal amount.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing out of the ordinary.
I would ask if they could have like sack lunches for us in the morning. Like
Okay.
something we could take with us, like a transportable breakfast.
Okay. That's
so that we could
not
kind of grab and
unusual.
go.
It's called hardtack.
Oh, I was thinking more like an egg McMuffin.
Pasties, like breakfast pasties.
They invent the McMuffin here just for us.
I need a perception check
From all of us.
all of you.
Well, that's a 1 on the die for a 14.
17.
16.
I win.
17
Yeah,
total?
so much for those good rolls
Okay.
as I roll a 4.
We used them when they mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the evening
was an
goes
assassin.
without
Yes.
incident.
We missed
Like I
the
said.
assassin that's been pouring shit into our drinks. So
Yeah, it's a hearty evening. People are joyous. and
don't
having a
start
good
off
time.
saying yeah after we make a comment like that, Jay.
Yeah. Well,
I
funny you should say
mean,
that.
So yeah, you're enjoying the evening. People are joyous, and it's a rowdy evening at times. You get into your rooms, you lay down, you sleep, you get a good night's sleep. You get up early in the morning, grab your breakfast to go. You go get your saddles and horses, and you around the corner you meet with the merchant at the Adventures Guild. This is kind of where the meetup is in a way.
Aviro, look at this thing. It looks like an oval, but it's potatoes, and it looks like they fried it, and then they have a tomato puree to put on. It's very good.
Yes, I'm quite enjoying mine.
It's very crunchy and very, very
Crunch,
good.
crunch, crunch, crunch.
The merchant, I've got to pull something up. We're going to go with a male merchant with his teenage son in a covered cart. And they're on their way to the market in Sandpoint to sell items for a festival that's coming up. And they've got some herbs, so a little bit of food, past that stays, and then just a few trinket items and stuff like that. So herbs and berries. So it's just more fruity or more, um, fruit and herbal type stuff that they're going
Are
to be
they
selling.
nice?
Yes, they are. So gentleman's probably in his 50s. A little bit of gray beard here, brownish hair, very market type outfit. His son is in his teens and trying to learn the business and is definitely moving things around and helping out dad. It's very obvious that they're as they were leaving, you notice that there was a mother and a daughter that was wishing them goodbye, and that they'll see them in a few weeks based off of what they're. So yes,
Is the kid early teens or later teens
early teens.
or mid teens? He's
Early
early teens.
Early teens.
Okay, so he and Avira will probably become pretty good friends because they are of an age, so they
So-
probably spend their time riding next
Talking
to each
and
other.
stuff like that.
Yeah, talking about what kinds of games they play.
Yeah. For the sense of levity, the 3 days go pretty uneventful. You're gonna have to stop for 3 different times, and there's based off of the market route in this, there are definitely stop areas and areas of like you find an area, you build a fire and stuff, and there's other people kind of coming and going, and you're going to be passing people on and off throughout the journey. And the other thing too is you're going to see people ahead of you and behind you. So depending on where you you lead off in the morning, you're going to be pretty much traveling the same route. But people give people wide berths just because of suspicion and things like that. You've got some people that have armed guards that are military, like you've got some people that they hire adventurers and stuff like that you can see over the course of time. And then you pass people with the same thing. Different merchant groups come in. Sometimes you just see adventurers riding, and they ride on their horses and they pass all the carts both directions. So I mean, it's a well-traveled road. There's not a lot of activity. Sometimes there's some bandits, but for whatever reason you lucked out and there wasn't any incidents at this time.
Nothing that we saw.
Yeah.
Clearly all failed our perception this morning.
I need another perception check.
Oh, redemption. Here we go. Maybe. 21.
Okay.
Same, 21.
Or 14. I rolled a 2 this time.
Yeah.
All multiples of 7.
Not a problem. Like that first day, everything is going well and things of that nature. You're getting Yeah, the next day you're still riding. A day 2, same thing. It's you're driving. You're becoming very the boy is fascinated. I'm assuming you're doing little magic tricks and stuff like that, and he's just
Yeah.
fascinated
And
by
and
it.
we probably play, whatever dice or card game
Yep.
is the equivalent of, some kind of tabletop
Two-person game.
fun game. Yeah, it's not just poker. It's
And the
Magic
merchant
the
is
Gathering.
nice.
yeah, it's magic.
Yeah.
What it's the current whatever the
Actual
magic.
magic.
The merchant's very happy, and like I said,
Normal the gathering.
Can't like I said, he's not paying very much based off of what he has. He's very happy. He's very cordial. He makes the stew, things of that nature, feeds you with a good meal that they have and stuff like that. So day 2 kind of goes in. So give me another perception check for day 2.
Ugh. 14.
15. Come on, Glastoc. It's your turn.
Assassins are coming.
20.
Nice.
Hey.
Next day, same thing. All good. Day 2, you end it that evening, stuff like that. You get ready. Day 3, you're heading in. It's getting a little bit more treacherous. You're going to be going around a swamp. And in roll 20, I'm going to give you a little bit more of the area. So as you're coming down, you're going to see the Sandpoint hinterlands. And as you're getting closer to Sandpoint, you're going to be passing around the Vine Stamp marshes, and there's known to be goblins in this area, and so they're a little bit more on guard. And as you kind of go around some mountains and stuff like that, you're going to be able to get into Sandpoint. There's a lot of farmlands in the area and things of that nature. So, this is going to be towards the end of the day, and you're going to be getting into Sandpoint, like I said, around evening time, like right around dinner time and stuff like that. You pass, like I said, some woods and some other peaks, and you can see this mountain range, small mountain range, and this large plateau of stuff in the area. And Aviro would have gotten a map, so this is, like I said, all the areas that are on this map. Aviro knows. Like I said, there's different things. And as you're making your way ahead of you, you can hear in the distance, about a half a mile away, that it appears that some goblins have attacked one of the other merchant caravans. And they dealt with them. The adventure group dealt with them. So, but there was definitely an attack on one of the head merchant groups and the adventurers. And by the time you get up there, they've disposed of a fire and the bodies and stuff like that. They've actually burned the bodies, and the smell is not great. But instead of just leaving them there, they actually dispose of them before, as you kind of pass by.
How responsible and eco-friendly of them.
Yes.
Very much so. And as you make your way towards Sandpoint, you kind of round your area. One of the things that the next map is, you're coming from the south, which is, or kind of the Sandpoint Bridge, is you're kind of coming into town. And the one thing that you find interesting, as you're getting close to the town, you can see it's lifted off. There's a beach area, but there's a ridge, like it's kind of a cliff face a little bit, and then there's part of it that's down. So there's like a 2-sectional in this town. There's a wall on one side, and you as you're approaching, you're not in a wall. There's a forest, and it's a pretty populated town. Like, you see a stone tower that's collapsed in one of the corners. Thurician, you can tell that it was a Thurician artifact in the area, which seems to be there's a lot of ancient stuff in this area, because the Thurician and stuff like that. So there's mines and ruins and a whole bunch of other stuff all in these areas. But one of the other things you notice, as you're coming in, you see a sign, a wooden sign. Excuse me. The salt marsh. And there's a mirror on the sign.
You mean Sandpoint?
Sandpoint, excuse me. Yes, Sandpoint.
Thank you.
There's a mirror on this wooden sign. And it simply says, See us as we will see you. Behave the way we see you. And it's a mirror. And it's basically there to say, look upon yourself when coming into Sandpoint. And be kind. Is the thing. So you're supposed to look at yourself.
Heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to look at yourself as you come into Sandpoint and view who you are to be a good influence upon Sandpoint. If you're here to do bad, beware. Is kind of the sentiment that you're here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as you get in to Sandpoint, as you kind of go down Market Street, you get into the main area, and the main the carton, he thanks you very much for the uneventful escort. He says he's going to be here for a week for the marketplace. There might be a festival coming on later in the week. He'd be love to see you again, hopefully, and hope your adventures in Sandpoint go well. So yeah, and you're learning. Aviro has studied Sandpoint a little bit in his studies over time and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot more information on exactly what some of these buildings are. So you're going to be able to figure that out, and you're going to get a description of this town. So because Viro's like studying because on the 3 days and beforehand of exactly where you're going.
Right. He probably chatted with the kid.
That too. And
a lot about
learned a few different things.
Yeah.
And you would have
like local knowledge.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you would have learned where the Rusty Dragon is. And where is my map for where the Rusty Dragon is? Wow. That map isn't there. But
Ruh-roh.
No. It's I thought I put a different
I love that there's a street on this map just called Mud Street. Mud Street.
Yep. It is Mud Street.
There's also Chopper's Alley. Don't go there.
Yeah.
By the way, Chopper's Alley was about 25 years ago. Sandpoint was stalked by a serial killer named Chopper.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
They didn't see that coming.
Did they
His name was
catch him?
Chopper.
They did catch him and kill him.
Okay.
Oh, that's handy.
That's good.
But it did not. He killed almost 20 people in town.
Wow.
Before he was caught. And
I would like to stay away from Rat Alley as well, please.
he was sealed away.
Wet Dog Alley seems fun.
But he had a house. He was a sculptor that had a house on that island, and they burned the island, the house down with him inside.
Oh,
badass. Good.
I am looking for my map because I want to know exactly. Towards the entrance, there is
Razor Alley and Razor Street are just where all the barber shops are.
And I'm sure no crimes ever happened there.
Never.
Yeah.
Ever.
I am sorry, people. I am missing
Place
a map
outside of one
I
that
am
says
looking
Sweeney.
for.
While Jay is
For
looking
detail.
for his map, feel free to check us out on teespring.com. At teespring.com, we have all kinds of logos and stuff, and you can get it on mugs and tank tops and t-shirts and hoodies and so much more. Teespring.com. Just search Emporium for the Wayward Gamer.
Also, thanks to our what are they called? Collaborators, Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee. Not collaborators.
Affiliates.
Affiliates. Check out our affiliates. Talon and Claw and Smuggler's Coffee. Talon and Claw, so good that bigger companies rip off their stuff.
That is so true. Okay, that's the map I was looking for. Finally found it. Got it. So, in the map that you see in Saltmarsh, can you see the ring?
Yep.
Yes.
That is the Rusty Dragon.
Right on Market Street.
Nice.
Handy.
It is right beside Mud Street.
There's also a Mud Lane, I noticed.
Yes.
Well, that's the smaller version of Mud Street.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So as you enter into, as you get done and you go over and it's Rusty Dragon, you see this the sign that is above the a good description of this.
It's a big place.
Is that a hot tub?
That
I think there's a hot tub in the bar, guys. And I think those might
no,
be
there's no
billiards.
hot tub in the bar, but
In the way, like an upper north corner.
I think Jay knows if there's a hot tub in the bar.
Sure looks like there's a hot tub next to a sofa in that room.
really,
Oh, it's the champagne room.
It's probably a well or something less fun.
The summoning circle.
There's a cult in that room.
not quite, but where
This is why Jay usually does Fog of War, because if we see the whole map at once, we're like children and it's like overwhelming to the senses, and we're like, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Oh yeah. And unfortunately, the GM was not expecting to get this far this quick, which is still fine because there's still we're a good pace. This is an excellent pace to get things done. But
Brynn is just appreciating wearing pants. As nice as it is to look nice, wearing a dress isn't super comfortable, and so it is nice to wear pants again.
So this
appreciative
large
of it.
structure is Sandpoint's oldest inn, notable for the impressive but quite rusty iron statue of a bronze dragon that looms over the building's roof, doubling as its iconic decor and lightning rod. The rusty dragon. The rusty dragon. This dragon features a full-service tavern where drinks like raspberry mead and ale, along with the owner's own specific curry, salmon, and cheese curd stuffed artichoke hearts, are quite popular. The tavern is an excellent place to meet visitors from out of town, as its proximity to the southern bridge into town makes it a welcoming first sight.
That sounds wonderful.
Wow.
So let's go get some of those cheese curd artichoke hearts.
As you see outside and you open up, the wafting smell of food. People are running around. This is a tavern. This is an inn. And this is adventures, bro. I mean, there's a lot of adventures.
This is Brynn's home.
Yes. And
Yes,
Glastoc, because there's a lot of stuff going on. And you see not many villagers are here. It is like I said, this is adventures. And there's a stage. So as you're looking at it, there's a stage over in the left. It kind of comes down. There's a lot of conversation. There's the bar that's here. Are you talking about this area here?
No, I was talking about this area
Back
up here.
Yeah,
the upper right.
Someone's that could be a bed.
A circular bed? Does it rotate?
Hot as hell. Brynn would go to the bar and she would ask if they have steel.
Actually, no, that is a bath. I'm going to say that is a bath.
Yeah. No,
It's gotta be a bath.
That's gotta be a bath.
So I am now on board with a rotating bed. Either one of those.
A hot tub suite.
Yeah.
Why would you want a rotating bed, Brynn? You'll just get motion sick while you're trying to sleep. What's the point?
It's not a carnival ride.
This is actually a bath
very fast.
here too.
Nice.
So this is an outdoor bath here. That's a private
fun.
Bath.
Ooh, also fun. Brynn would go up to the bar, and she would ask if they have any steel cloak ale here.
And so behind you see a nice older gentleman, human, white shirt coming down, apron on, very busy, very strong looking, like he still works out. Clearly was an adventurer at one time. A little bit of a scruff and stuff like that. And he's fascinating. Welcome, laddie. Welcome to the Rusted Dragon. Steel cloak ale. Nope, haven't heard of it. Nothing like that.
Well, we did just come from Small Schmarsh, and it's
Oh.
very popular there. You may want to look into stocking it.
Oh, maybe we'll see what we can do about it. But meals and stuff, feel free to grab a seat where you can. There's a flowing well. The food is good. Do you need rooms for how many are you staying?
Yes.
All right.
We will be
How many
staying.
rooms do you need?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think we'll need 3. Boys, you want to bunk up?
Do they have a room where we can bunk up? Because according to the map, every room has
Everything is
a
a
bed.
single.
Not every room is a
You can
single.
have
Some of them could be bunk
somebody
beds.
sleep on the couch.
Some of these beds could be bunk beds.
You can have a bed
So
and a conference
the map
table.
I'm showing you is there's additions. So I do have to pull something up. There are double rooms. So there's like adventurer
Okay.
rooms.
Oh,
There's
Mhm.
2 beds, 3 beds, things of that nature. And they're
Yeah.
bunked as well. But you can have 3 singles, or you can have a dual.
Double and a single.
Yeah, if you want.
no, we'll just do our standard double and a single.
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So he comes over and goes, Bethana, we got some rooms. And this elderly looking halfling with glasses, these pure looking earrings with her ears, pointed ears, white gray hair, just kind of pulled up into like a bun on top. Her wrinkles are just this cute grandma looking. As she's kind of staggering up, just like, he doesn't. Yep, I'll take care of him. Go get your seat. You, Elf, go get your seats. I'll get you the room numbers later. Sebastian, I'll take care of it. He's like, all right, thank you, Bethy. As the man behind the bar goes,
I think we'll have 3 of whatever you have that's strong and dark.
all right, yes, feel free to grab your seats and we'll get you in a moment. Thank you. Oh, there's this. And you hear some tunes going. The bard is playing a flute.
I would want to sit where we can listen to the bard.
Oh yeah, you'll find a seat and stuff like that. And as the evening's kind of going, a few things pop into play. You'll get a room
Awesome.
that the halfling grandma gets you. You realize the name Sebastian was thrown out, and that the person behind the bar that the halfling woman called was Sebastian, who's the owner of the Rusty Dragon. And as you're sitting there remembering, enjoying, and his food is starting to come and drinks, that is where we're going to pause for tonight's episode.
Oh my gosh, awesome. I like to imagine we all realize at the same moment.
Yeah.
Wait. And that's
Sebastian.
And then cut to black.
And then it's
cut to
whoa, like at the end of Sopranos.
Yeah. Credits.
Amazing.
So
amazing.
Thank you everyone for joining us for this another episode that we have. We are changing. You probably noticed we're not airing in the evenings, but a little bit earlier on Wednesdays. We're still figuring out all of our summertime stuff and things of that nature. We hope to get in the future, depending on schedules, back to
all
live.
my fault.
But again, who knows? We'll see. We love doing this, and we're gonna start putting them out. So when you eventually see this, hopefully be sometime later in 2023. So can't really give too much.
And if you're watching this on the VODs, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
Yes,
very much so. But
it
please
doesn't.
like the VODs, like us here, watch us please on our YouTube channel or here. Like I said, all your help is wonderful. But let's go around and share where we are, what we're doing, things of that nature, and realize that timey-wimey stuff is, not sure when we're airing this. But go back to you, Jeff. How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm Jeff, and I'm in my apartment. I got on the plug.
All right. Thank you, Jeff, for playing. It's always good to see you.
You're welcome. Had a great time. Fun as always.
Jim, how are you doing?
I'm fine. All this just for the audience, so everybody knows I'm in the process of moving, so that's part of the reason why we're kind of all over the place when there's recordings and stuff. So, but I'm Jim, Hawkmere1 on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, whatever.
Thread.
Yeah. So if you need to
Threads.
find me, no, not Threads, because that's a
Okay.
Facebook thing.
Oh,
Um, which I guess Instagram is too. But
Yeah.
anyway, and I'm also if you Ren fairs, I'm working with Talon and Claw. So if you want to run into me at a Ren fair and we're there, you'll probably run into me because I run the booths now for Talon and Claw. So
Yay!
yay! So yeah.
Ren fairs and conventions. So
Yep.
lots of conventions coming up.
Oh yeah,
So,
Gamehole Con. I'll be there.
as will I. So this may or may not be after that. But we'll see.
With Smuggler's Coffee. They'll be in the booth next to
Yep.
us. So,
Cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you, Jim. Always a pleasure. Gary, how are you doing?
I am doing great. This was always a blast. Thank you guys so much. You can also find me on Monday nights. I'm on Mini Terrain Domain playing some Pathfinder over there. On Thursday nights on Mini Terrain Domain, we're playing Kids on Bikes. That's always fun. On Mini Terrain Domain on some Wednesdays, we play Call of Cthulhu, which is a smash and a half as well. On select Thursday nights usually I'm on another channel called Dice Tales Live where we usually play D&D, but then sometimes we are playing some board games, and we've kind of branched out, so that's always fun. And obviously here whenever the heck we decide to air stuff, which is always one of my favorite things. I do not pay attention to when Jay says he's going to air them, so I like it when it's like um Emporium for the Wayward Gamer is live. I'm like, ooh, it's always a surprise when you don't pay attention. So yeah, thanks for the game today, guys. This was a blast.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm Jay, also known as Unofit3 in the socials. Thread, haven't hit Blue Sky yet, but probably by the time this airs, who knows. I'm out there, convention-wise, things of that nature. At this recording, recovery's going well, so I'm back. Like I said, so things are going very well with
Back,
that.
baby.
So my Game Old Con will be my first con back since my incident. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So feeling good, things going well. Anyways, with that being said, check us out here. Any support that we have, please feel free if you can. We greatly appreciate it. Likes, all that other good stuff. If you want to help support the channel, we always need help with some of the other stuff that we're doing on the channel. I know that we're looking at by this time too, there's going to be a pirate game that we're looking at. There's some more Star Wars that we're going to be doing for Luck of the Draw, probably Mercenary Tales coming up later on too, potentially. So a lot of different stuff kind of coming up. So we're hoping to have some good stuff there. Last but not least, we haven't done this in a while, and a post-credit scene.
Oh, I love post-credit scene.
Ooh.
And I'm debating on what post-credit scene we should have.
You can have many. We can have one mid-credit scene and one post-credit scene.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
What area do we want to have it? Do we want to have Schmaltz Marsh? Do we want to have Sandpoint? Do we want to have Magnamar?
Ooh.
Do we want to have Rocky?
I think it's the GM's
call. Ooh, Rocky.
Roll a d4. Roll a d4 and then put it like
there
in
you
that
go.
order.
Yeah.
Roll a
random.
d4. All right, so we're rolling a d4.
We do things fair here on Emporium.
I rolled
for the
a
Wayward
2.
Gamer. Okay,
So
so the
that would
second
be-
one was Schmaltz.
Schmaltz, yeah.
Schmaltz Marsh. As suddenly you are feeling, you see a crypt deep underground and a stone coffin with a cover on top. And suddenly it starts to move in this one stone room. It starts to move as it's being opened and pushed from the inside. And a hand comes out, kind of pushes it some more. As suddenly a servant of some sort, a ghoulish looking individual in a butler outfit with robes over his hands. Master, your robes. As suddenly this wretched, thin, undead, just decaying body steps out of the crypt and comes up and turns his back to this servant. As the servant gets put on robes and does, as the black wings scales of a black dragon along the rock, and turns around as this decayed lich face and clothes of an alchemist.
Of course.
I love hate our post-credit scenes. Oh, wow.
What shall we do today, Blinky?
What we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
And as they go past these, as the stone doors open to an underground chamber, as the cutscene.
Nice. Nice.
Fudge. Wow, incredible.
And then, bonus, because we haven't done any of these in a long time.
Mid-credit scene and post-credit scene.
In a liquefied water cavern, stalactites, and this pool of water can be seen in an opening. You're in another part of a cave, and looking from a different direction, you see this pool of water kind of coming from the right, and you're kind of coming into the cave, and as you're in the large, you hear this chain scraping across the ground. This invisible chain scraping with the metal grasp around, like just kind of chain going up to this large door in this other room. Magical sigils and runes across this door. And the chain's just waiting there as if it was animated or something's in it invisible. It's just standing there. And minutes pass as suddenly the lights of the runes open up and the door opens. And what you can see as you're looking behind, you look inside, and it appears to be water, like a wall of water. And looking past it, as if it was an underground chamber. And you see Sahagin or sea devils imprints in different areas in this monastery looking area, as well as lizard folk. You see some more dark black scaled lizard folk swimming in this area and re-chiseling some of this area as a figure comes out of the water into the land. It is a dark, hooded, and looks down. And suddenly, the invisibleness of this creature is pale, old, decrepit, holding its tentacles from its mouth on the ground as it's floating. Old and just completely, aged, like 100 years. This cloaked figure standing there in front. And you don't hear anything speaking, which in this voice, you hear this decrepit, "Is my master coming?" And with a blinding, you just see this shim of light and steel flash across as you see the head. Boom, boom, boom. And the figure flicking it as the blade of the scimitar. Blood is off. Sheaths it back, turns around, and goes back through the wall of water as the door shuts and fades. And that's where we're going to end.
Whoa.
Okay, I quit.
Wow, nope. We are all kinds of fucked.
You didn't like Squirtle anyway.
Yeah.
Squirtle's evil. He's always been evil.
Yeah.
But something just killed Squirtle.
Oh.
That's sad, though. He never knew freedom.
Yeah.
That's really sad. Ugh.
But the door that was on the other side in the back of the cavern definitely had its connection
Mm-hmm.
to a underground stronghold
Mm-hmm.
with lizard folk.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. That was fun, guys.
Yeah.
What a fun day.
Join us next time.
Hey, I haven't had one of these for a long time, so we're gonna, we had to twist the knife just a little
Who
bit.
the hell knows?
Again, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for having fun with sticking around with us. We will see you next time. And again, please be kind. Don't be a jerk. Or in this, since it's season 3, don't be an ass.
Don't be an ass.
So, don't be an ass.
We're leveling.
Wait. There's one thing we didn't get out this episode.
What?
Fuck. Okay, now we're good.
There we go.
Done.
Done. Take care,
We're allowed
everyone.
one per episode.
See you. Bye.